Good evening, guys and girls. Welcome to the UK Quarantine Quiz, Little Les edition, Wednesday night. We're only on a Wednesday night weekly now. Hopefully, you can hear and see me okay. If you can, in the chat screen on your left-hand side, put 1 in, please. Type in 1 in the chat screen so we can know that you can see and hear me okay. Likewise, the team captains are highlighted in yellow at the top. Team captain, can you please type in an answer to the suggested example question? Who did Donald Trump pardon this week? Type in whatever you like. We just want to test that your answers are coming through nice and clear. For those of you that haven't played before, you can chat amongst your team members on the left-hand side in the chat screen. I cannot see that, so you can give me verbal abuse as much as you want. The only person that can see that is my son Mark in the USA. Bear with us if there is any lag. It depends on the piece of string, how it's functioning between here and the USA. So let's get some answers in. Let's see who we've got joining us tonight. Any new teams, or if it's the same old, same old. But again, welcome if it is the same old, same old. So team captains, type your answers in for suggested answer and put 1 in the chat so we know you can hear me okay.
And hopefully everybody can hear me as well. I'm having a wee bit of issue with my video right now, but hopefully everybody can hear me okay.
So if you can hear me, type in 1. If you can hear Mark, type 2.
Nice and easy. And so far this evening we've got the 5-alls, we've got the fam, we've got Thanksgiving, frazzled lobsters. Yes, it is Thanksgiving tomorrow. And we have Cosmic Cabbage. So hello everybody.
Welcome. Familiar names. Hopefully I know some familiar faces. And the lobsters, I still haven't heard from Chris. Not a sausage. Right, so are you okay? Do you want to get underway, Mark? Make certain everyone's got an answer in for who did Donald Trump pardon this week.
So we've got the Sea Slugs join us as well, so welcome guys.
Welcome, Sea Slugs. Team Momo, and we got Team Momo. Moose, I can see has joined us.
Let me just change the captain over. Yeah, bear with me. I had everything set up for broadcasting last week, and everything's changed a little bit, so bear with me a second. Okay. Yes, and we've had Team Momo join us. Moose flying solo. So yes, we've got the Lobsters, Team Momo, Cosmic Cabbage, 5-alls, the fam, and the Sea Slugs.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gents. We'll give you a mention. Make certain you put a mention in the team chat so we can shout out to you. Right. So have you got an answer from all the teams, Mark?
Yep, I've got answers in. So that's
right.
That's good. I'm just double checking. Yep, got answers in from everybody. So
let's give them the answer to that. The answer is who did Donald Trump pardon this week?
Yeah, I might have given it away a little bit, or given you a bit of a clue. The answer is the Thanksgiving turkeys. So every year since 1940-something, the President of the USA has pardoned 2 turkeys. They are actually sent to a farm, and they get looked after, rather than being eaten on Thanksgiving. And this year the 2 turkeys are called Corn and Cob. So
right, okay.
Yeah, there's no video on my side at the moment, just because my camera doesn't want to play nice, so I'm going to try and figure that out. But in the meantime, you get to look at little Les's pretty face.
Right, okay. Mine just froze as well, but I'm back with you. So fingers crossed for no technical difficulties. Right, so here we go. Let's go to round 1, question 1, and round 1, if I remember rightly, Mark, is all about
children's TV characters.
Children's TV characters. So yeah, the occupations. So here we go. Question 1.
Yep.
Question 1. What was the occupation of children's character Pat Clifton. The children's character Pat Clifton, what was his occupation, or what is his occupation? If we have, and it could be children's characters, it could be to do with literature, television, movies, literally anything of that nature. What was the occupation of children's character Pat Clifton? Once we've got your answers in, if we get all the answers in from all the teams, we'll move on to the next question. Remember, you have a 10-second countdown after I've asked the question. So I'll start with Yvonne from Cosmic Cabbage. Yvonne, thanks for joining this evening with your team. Let's give her a shout out to your team members. So once you've got the answer to this, put it in your chat so Mark can give us a shout out to all your team members. Right, so let's have a 10-second countdown.
I was going to say we do have 6 teams. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out. We can probably rattle through this if you get your answers in quickly.
Yeah, even if you don't know, have a guess so we can move on.
Although you're showing your age a little bit with some of these questions, I think.
Oh, not necessary. So here we go. Question 2. What was the occupation of children's character Miss Rap, R-A-P, and Miss Prime, or Prim, sorry, P-R-I-M. Miss Rap and Miss Prim. What was the occupation of children characters Miss Rap and Miss Prim? There's 1 or 2 new ones in there, and there's 1 or 2 old ones in there. I bet you didn't know this one, Mark.
I did know this one, actually.
Don't tell me it was in your Ladybirds book.
It was in my Ladybird book, yes.
Nearly as bad as my Victor's. Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. What was the occupation of children's characters Miss Rap and Miss Prim? So even if you have no idea, put something in so we can move on. 10-second countdown coming up. Perhaps there's a clue in the miss. Right, here we go. Question 3. What was the occupation of children's character Mickey Murphy? Mickey Murphy. I can hear the odd 1 or 2 of you saying, who? But even if you don't know who, have a guess, an occupation of a children's character, Mickey Murphy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think you're showing your age with some of these.
So perhaps Mark's giving you a clue. Think perhaps of a children's older version, TV, film, radio, literature. If you don't know, have a guess. Worth a try. Right, 10-second countdown coming up.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of lag this evening as well, so we'll give you a little bit of leeway.
We'll give you that. Question 4. What was the occupation of children's characters Chippy and Nibs Minton? What was the occupation of children's characters Chippy, C-H-I-P-P-Y, and Nibs Minton?
I was very impressed with the connections round, so we do have a connections round this evening. I will be very impressed if anybody gets that. That's a tough one.
Well, we shall see. Here we go. Right, so what was the occupation of children's characters Chippy and Nibs Minton? If you have no idea, please have a guess. You could be right. 10-second countdown coming up, plus lag.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just want to make sure Cosmic Cabbage. There we go. I'll wait for your answers if you got a bit of lag.
What was the occupation of children's characters Chippy and Nibs Minton? Don't forget, Yvonne, you're the first one this evening. Let's have some names of your team members. Put it in the chat so Mark can see. And we'll give a shout out to all Cosmic Cabbage's team members for tonight.
And hang on. Cosmic Cabbage, you should have changed captains. And we've also had Jonas Giants join us. So welcome, guys.
Welcome, guys. So we're in question 4, so you've got some catching up to do. But round 1 is all about children's characters and their occupation. Tell me what their occupation is. So give you a few more seconds to answer question 4. What was the occupation of children's characters Chippy and Nibs Minton?
There we go. Yeah, round 5 is the connections round, I believe.
Yep, round 5.
Yeah.
General knowledge with a theme. So question 5. What was the occupation of children's character John Arable? John Arable. What was the occupation of children's character John Arable? And for the new team that has just joined us, don't know if you played before, don't recognize the name, but just to let you know, you have 60 seconds after I read out the question to answer, and after 50 seconds you have a 10-second countdown, which you'll see on the right hand side of the suggested answer. All the team can chat amongst themselves in the chat on the left hand side. I can't see that. The only person that can see that is my son Mark in the States.
Yeah, I think we've had Jonas Giants join us before.
Yeah, and obviously if we have if teams change their name, then that's perhaps sometimes why we don't recognize them. So again, 10-second countdown coming up.
All right, this evening on Cosmic Cabbage, we've got Sarah, Colin, Jenny, Robin, and Graham. Hey, guys.
Good evening. Question 6. What was the occupation of children's character Henry Brown? Now, where will you have come across the children's character Henry Brown? What was the occupation of children's character Henry Brown?
Yeah, I knew where this one came from. I couldn't tell you what he did, though.
What was the occupation of children's character Henry Brown? So if you have no idea, have a guess. So we now have 7 teams this evening. Is that correct, Mark?
That is correct. Yep.
I'm pretty clever, aren't I?
Well, let's not push it.
Right, 10-second countdown coming up, plus lag.
Some good answers, eh?
Get your answers in. What was the occupation of children's character Henry Brown? Like everything else, easy if you know them, difficult if you don't. At least you can have a guess. But a pretty tough round, I think, this one.
Yeah, some of these are hard. Yeah.
Question 7. Here we go. What was the occupation of children's character Rita Skeeter? Rita Skeeter. Rita Skeeter. What was Rita Skeeter? What did she do? What was her occupation? It helps if you can identify the character with, the TV program, the literature or movie or anything of that nature. That would obviously help. And then you could have a reasonable guess. What was the occupation of children's character Rita Skeeter? Right. Lag plus 10-second countdown coming up. Get your answers in.
Say, who are we missing? Jonas Giants. I want to make sure you get answers in.
So we've had a shout out for Cosmic Cabbage. So next shout out we'll ask the fam. The fam. Good evening, the fam. Welcome. Thanks for taking part. Question A. What was the occupation of children's character Bunsen Honeydew? Bunsen Honeydew. Honeydew. Bunsen Honeydew. I'm certain most of you will get this one. What was the occupation of children's character Bunsen Honeydew? So the fam, I mentioned them. Thanks for continuing to join us. In the chat, let Mark know who your team or team members are, so we can give a shout and a good evening to you. What was the occupation of children's character Bunsen Honeydew? And I'm certain you know. I'm certain you all know this character in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, everybody's getting their answers in for that one.
So we're going straight on to question 9. What was the occupation of children's character Mr. Grumpy Garfield, Mr. Tom Thompson, Mr. Eric Griffiths, Mr. David Greenman, and Mr. Wallace Wally Scott? What was the occupation of all those characters? Bearing in mind, it could be characters played in a TV show, TV movie, literature. What was the occupation of children's characters Mr. Grumpy Garfield, Mr. Tom Thompson, Mr. Eric Griffiths, Mr. Dave Greenman, and Mr. Wallace Wally Scott? And I would guess, a good majority of you have sort of kind of know this and possibly not realizing it. Don't want to give too much away, of course. Right, so coming up to a 10-second countdown with the lag. What was the occupation of children's characters Mr. Grumpy Garfield, Mr. Tom Thompson, Mr. Eric Griffiths, Mr. Dave Greenman, and Mr. Wallace Wally Scott? What occupation did all these people do?
Yeah, we got your answers in. And yes, if you were paying attention, I believe we have had that question before in the past.
Yeah, we have.
Round. Yep.
Right, so question 10. Remember, you don't get a 10-second countdown, only from me. What was the occupation of children's character Sir Topham Hatt? What was the occupation of children's character Sir Topham Hatt? What was the occupation of children's character Sir Topham Hatt? And as I say, you don't get a 10-second countdown. It's the last question. I will give you a shout out. So 30 seconds have gone. 30 seconds left plus lag. So get your answers in. If you don't know, have a guess. What was the occupation of children's character Sir Topham Hatt? So coming up to 50 seconds, which is now. So we do have a 10-second countdown. I will talk for a few seconds, bearing in mind lag. So I will count down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Right, question 1. Pat Clifton, better known as Postman Pat. So, occupation, postman.
All right, and before I lose the chat on the fam this evening, we have John and Claire.
John and Claire. Evening, John and Claire. Oh, that's a good question. What do you call Postman Pat when he retires, Mark?
Go on.
Pat.
Genius. Moving swiftly on. That's
question 2.
Bad dad joke. There you go.
What was the occupation of children's character Miss Rapp and Miss Prim? They were both school teachers in Noddy. I think the clue there was Miss Rapp and Miss Prim. Yeah. School teachers in Noddy.
Sorry, Moose. They were not holistic hamster healers.
Their cousins were. Mickey Murphy. He was the baker in Camberwick Green. Baker. That's an oldie. Chippy and Nibs Minton were carpenters in Trumpton, with Poo Poo Balmugoo and the rest. John Arable, the actual answer is a farmer. He was a pig farmer in Charlotte's Web. Farmer is quite acceptable. Character Henry Brown was a insurance salesman or a risk analyst in Paddington. Salesman. I'll accept salesman if you've just got salesman.
Will you accept banker? Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
unfortunately not.
Yeah. Technically different.
Yep.
Although I'm impressed there were a couple of right answers there. I'm impressed.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It all depends how much you like your Paddington, isn't it? So, moving on to number 7.
And yes, technically you were correct, Sea Slugs, with bear adopter. He was an adopter of a bear.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's very... Children's character Rita Skeeter was a journalist or newspaper reporter in Harry Potter. Bunsen Honeydew, scientists, the Muppets.
Let me check, I got you all there. Yep.
Number 9, they were all caretakers in Grange Hill. And number 10, so Topham Hatt, controller, railway controller, Thomas the Tank Engine. Obviously had to change his name. He was previously known as the Fat Controller, but not PC, so changed to railway controller. So, but controller is acceptable.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we can take Station Master, because he was actually the controller for the whole railway, not just one station.
Yep. So, yeah, had to have. Yeah, he was the Fat Controller, and then he changed to railway controller. So sorry, it has to have the word controller.
Yeah. Okay, so your first leaderboard for this evening.
Right, here we go. 5-alls. That's Julia, obviously knowing her children's. 5-alls 10. Thanksgiving, Pink Frazzle Lobsters 9. The Fam 8. Nice one, guys and girls. Cosmic Cabbage 7. The Interstellar Sea Soak 7. Team Momo 5. Bearing in mind, Moose is on by himself. And Jonas Giants 5. But of course, Jonas Giants didn't join us until question 4. So let's move on to round 2. Round 2 is a picture round. Yep.
It is.
And if I remember rightly, I'm just trying to remember what the picture round was.
We are sticking with children's cartoon characters, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Children's cartoon characters. Some new, some old. You need to name them.
So, yeah, don't worry, 5-alls, you're still in it.
So, round 2 coming up. Here we go. So, question 1. Who am I? Simple question. They will all be, who am I? So, that cartoon character, I say children's cartoon character, who am I?
Yeah, we realised that some of our questions were far too intellectual, so we kind of dumbed it down for everybody. We're sticking with the children's kids TV.
Yeah.
A junior edition just for the 5-alls.
Well, sometimes in fact, I might do that next week, throwing around, are you smarter than a 10-year-old? And that's quite amusing, actually. Right, 10-second countdown coming up.
Yeah, okay. Somebody said, Moose, yeah, good point. How is this children's TV? You're right. So technically this is all animated. I think all the rest are considered children's TV.
Question 2, who am I? Well, I didn't actually call it children's TV. I just said Who am I?
You're right. You
from
said
the
who am I? Yeah, technically they're all
yeah,
animated. Yeah.
yeah.
Whether or not
Who
they're
am I?
suitable for children is another question, I guess.
So, question 2: Who am I? Who is this character you see in front of me? My all-time favorite TV show. Who am I? Which picture are you looking at? Coming up to 40 seconds. 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Get your answers in. So here we go. 10-second countdown coming up now.
Now, are you looking for both names, one name, all names?
No,
be
no,
flexible?
yeah. I'm being generous tonight. First name, unless I say first or second name, but I'll just accept first name or surname. As always, when I ask questions, I would have said, "Who am I?" Be specific, first name and surname required. But all I want to know is who am I? What are they commonly known as?
Yeah, I think I knew all of these.
So surname, first name, or both names are acceptable. So it's like me. You can call me Les, or I won't do my full title.
So does that mean I have to be politically correct and not call you fat bloke anymore?
Well, no, that's what you've always called me. So, normally I'm addressed as Les Hayho, BCAV, TBVD, Tattoos and Scars. There you go.
There you go.
Right, so start thinking about your answers. We're going to have a 10-second countdown coming up now. Question 4. Who am I? Who is this? Who am I? Who is this? What's his name? What TV program or film or whatever does he appear in? That's your start off for 10. But who am I? Right. Drag plus 10 coming up.
Yeah, it's just catching a few people out.
So 10-second countdown coming up now.
Yeah, get your answers in.
Get your answers in. Countdown coming on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Question 5. Who am I? This cartoon character you see in front of you, who is he? I've seen the program quite a few times, but I could not have told you who this is.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a great
When
show.
When I hear the answer, yes, I know it, but I would have been sat there racking my brains to try and remember who this is.
Yeah, one of my favourite shows, this.
It's still running, yeah, Mark?
No. Yeah, it's been finished for quite some time.
Oh, is it?
Yep. The guy who made
Right.
this and another show has now come out with a new show which is nowhere near as good.
And what's that called?
I don't know if I could tell you. It might give the answer away.
All right. Okay. So moving on. 10-second countdown.
Get your answers in.
Question 6. Who am I? Question 6. Who am I? Did you know this one, Mark?
I did know this one, yep.
Oh, I'm surprised you knew this one.
I know some of the guys who actually work on this. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
I've watched it a couple of times.
I was going to say, I assume you know this one through the grandkids.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
But I didn't actually know what sort of type of creature this person is.
And no, I won't be singing the theme tune later. The only time you hear me sing is after a few beers down the Five Walls.
Right, so 10-second countdown coming up.
No, my singing is worse than Little Les's. We'll do a duet. We'll do a big old karaoke down the Five Walls at one point.
Right, so question 7. Who am I? Who is this?
Yeah, this will see how much people have been paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah, because I asked this one to your mum, and she knew straight away. And I went, "How did you know that?" And then she told me, and I thought, "Well, I never knew that." So,
Okay,
kind of cryptic clues.
Could be a number of stories coming out of that one.
Right, so 40 seconds gone, 20 seconds left.
All right, got everybody's answers in.
Right, so let's move on. So question number 8 coming up. Who am I? Who is this character?
So yeah, with that last one, I think that's going to trip a few people up. Obviously, you had a 1 in 4 chance of getting the answer right if you didn't know.
Yeah. So question number 8. Who am I? Who is this character you see in front of you? Again, with a little bit of leeway, as always. As long as it looks phonetically correct, we're not going to quibble over the exact spelling. But if you don't know, have a wild guess, so at least we don't delay moving on. So 40 seconds gone, 20 seconds left. Who am I? Right, so 10-second countdown plus lag coming up. So here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving on. Question 9. Now this is one for the oldies. Who am I? Who am I? You got to be in your 50s or 60s to know this person, I think. Who am I?
No, he's not that old, is he?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to watch him when I was about, I would say 6, 7, or 8. So that would be the early 1960s. So a character from the early 1960s. That's how old this person is.
Yeah,
So
no, good shout, Moose, because there was another show in the 80s. I remember seeing him in the 80s. And yes, he was in
it might,
another show
yeah,
in
it
the
might,
80s.
yeah,
Not as a main
it could, yeah,
character.
yeah, but yeah, but his main show was in the because he had a show by himself. So 10-second countdown coming up. He did have a show purely by himself in the early 60s.
Yeah, but he has appeared in others. Yeah.
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 So here we go. 3 seconds left to get your answers in. Right. So question 10. I'm certain this one will get a few of you. Who is this? What's his name? Remember, this is question 10, so you get no countdown. You just get the answer from the countdown from me. So first name or surname or both names, you don't get a bonus point for getting both. So first name or surname, or what is known as. I.e., it's obvious that he's a doctor, so it's Doctor Who. That's not the character. That's the question. So 40 seconds gone, 20 seconds left. Who is this? Who am I? First name, surname, or both names. So 10-second countdown coming up, plus lag. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Right, question 1. Who is this? Kenny McCormack.
Yeah, so there was some debate about whether South Park is a children's show, and it's most definitely not for kids.
Question 2. Well, it's like everything else. It hasn't got 18 certificate on it, so it's up to the parents or grandparents if they let the children watch it. So question
true.
2. Who am I? Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea.
I think I got everybody. A couple of different spellings there. Yeah, I'll accept those.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
question
no
number 3.
Rhubarb and custard. Yeah, sorry guys.
Question 3 is Joe Swanson. I'll accept Joe. Mr. Swanson, Joe Swanson, or Joe. One of those 3 answers will be fine.
Yeah, no Zebedee, no Magic Roundabout. Sorry guys.
That could be the music round next week. You never know. Question 4. The Flintstones. It's Fred Flintstone's boss, Mr. Slate.
Oh god, I was waiting for somebody to mention Bill and Ben. Yeah.
Question 5. This is Bender from the Bender. Someone's put Bender Bending Rodriguez. So Bender.
Yeah, Moose showing off with his full name. His full name is Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Yeah, so
But
I think most people know him as Bender.
Bender. And bonus point if you can name his evil twin, Moose.
Question 6. Who am I? Arthur. And what type of animal is Arthur, Mark?
I don't know, actually. What is he?
He's an aardvark.
He is?
Yep. That was my reaction as well.
Doesn't look like an
It's Arthur the aardvark.
Hang on. Let me, Flexo. Yeah, Moose with a bonus point.
So, question 7. Who am I? Obviously, one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this one is Donatella. How do we know it's Donatella? Because I didn't realize, and I should have done, that they all have different colored bands and different weapons. So Donatello has a staff or staff, and he has a purple headband.
Yeah.
So Donatella. Did you know, or did you guess correctly? Next one. Number 8, Gargamel. Gargamel. Who is or stars with Gargamel, Mark?
Gargamel is the evil guy who wants to eat all the Smurfs.
Correct. All our relatives.
Yep.
And just to let you know, we dressed as Smurfs for my 50th many years ago. Question 9. Quick Draw McGraw. Quick Draw McGraw.
Yeah, I'm
He was
impressed.
always associated with Yogi Bear and Boo.
Yeah, he was in Yogi's Treasure Hunt. That was, good one, Moose, because that was driving me nuts. I knew he was in a show in the 80s.
Yeah. But as I say, start off in the 60s. And question 10, Dr. Hibbert, Julius Hibbert.
Hang on. Yeah, I'll take your spellings. Let me just double check. Yeah, we'll take Julius. Julius to his friends. Yeah, alright, calm down. I'm getting there. Hibbard. Yeah, I'm getting all the spellings.
As long as it looks phonetically correct.
And yes, Gargamel was the evil guy in the Smurfs who wanted to eat all the Smurfs.
Right,
I know you guys take these things seriously.
As they should.
Apparently, Gargamel goes into the Fievel's every week as well.
Yeah. And I know who Julia's talking about as well, yeah.
All right, that's freaky. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right.
How's that?
Let's have a look
Let's
at
have
the
a look at the leaderboard. Right, so Fievel's 19. The Pink Frazzle Lobsters 16. Cosmic Cabbage 15. Team Memo 14. Jonas Giants 13. Good catch up, guys. The Interstellar Sea Slugs 10. And the Fam on 8 again. It can all change after each round. Some creeping up, some pulling away. So let's go for round 3. If I remember rightly, round 3, Mark, it's all to do with port, isn't it? P-O-R-T?
P-O-R-T, yes. Port.
Yeah. So before we start the round, port, P-O-R-T. So all the questions have the word port in them, P-O-R-T, or some of the answers have the word port in them, P-O-R-T. So it's all about port, P-O-R-T, either in the question or in the answer. So let's have a look to see what 10 questions we've come up with. So question 1. Port Meirion is a village in North Wales. It was used as a location to film which 1960s TV show? So the word port is not in the answer. The word port is in the question. Port Meirion is a village in North Wales. It was used as a location to film which 1960s TV show? I must admit, with this show, I could never make up my mind whether I liked it or not. It's like whether you either love Doctor Who or you hate Doctor Who, but it's one of those programs where you sort of have to keep watching it just to see what happens, and you sort of like get addicted to it, not necessarily liking it. If that makes sense. Right, so
never really watched too much of this, to be honest.
Port Meirion is a village in North Wales. It was used as a location to film which 1960s TV show? So, 10-second countdown coming up.
Yeah, now we've got the five all stumped. We've moved off of cartoons. We're in trouble now.
Question 2. Port Moresby is the capital city of which country? Port Moresby is the capital city of which country? I know there were a lot of countries in the Second World War that were well known for this, that, and everything else, but this capital city kind of played an important role during the Second World War. Port Moresby is the capital city of which country?
It's funny. Half the teams are loving the fact that we've moved off of cartoons. The other half are upset about it.
Right, 10-second countdown. That's why I always say that, easy if you know them, difficult if you don't. Some people love sport, some people hate sport, some people like geography, some people don't. Art and literature.
Can't please them all.
Yeah. It's like me when playing Trivial Pursuit. I don't mind any of the segments or whatever, but the art and literature round, unless it's a bean or a dandy, and I'm stuffed. So, question 3. What colour is the light on the port wingtip of an aircraft? What colour is the light on the port wingtip of an aircraft? Not a ship, but a aircraft. What colour is the light on the port wingtip of an aircraft? What colour is the light on the port wingtip of an aircraft? Not a ship. So, 35 seconds gone. 25 seconds left. Remember, 10-second countdown when we get to 50 seconds. And I asked Mark to do that. And we then have a bit of lag. So, Mark, countdown plus lag coming up, please. What colour is the light on the port wingtip of an aircraft?
I just realised that. Did you say on the wingtip of an aircraft, not a ship? Is that what you just said?
I did.
How many ships have wings?
Well, exactly. I could name 2 ships that have wings, but we'll talk about that later. Question 4. Laporte, L-E-P-O-R-T. Laporte is the biggest harbour on the island of Reunion. What is the name of its neighbouring island about 100 miles away? There you go. So the first thing you got to work out is Reunion and Laporte. Where are they in the world? In what ocean are they in? Or sea are they in? What is the name of its neighbouring island, which is about 100 miles away? So think of an island that is 100 miles away from Reunion. And believe it or not, that's your answer. Laporte is the biggest harbour on the island of Reunion. What is the name of its neighbouring island about 100 miles away? So if you don't know, have a wild guess of an island. Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. Laporte is the biggest harbour on the island of Reunion. What is the name of its neighbouring island about 100 miles away? Think of a well-known island. Have a wild guess. 10-second countdown coming up.
Here we go. Stop trying to guess the future questions and answers. You're just showing off now.
Right, question 5. Port Sunlight is a village in Merseyside, built by the Lever brothers in the 1890s to house their workforce, which made which product? And as Mark will tell you, I collect, bear with me a second, I collect vans, toy vans, and I do believe I have one of their vans. I'm not gonna show you the actual van itself, but just to give you some idea. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. Can you see that? So I collect that van, but as you can see, that van has been specially made with my name on it. So I used to work for Zurich Life, so I have a Zurich Life van. I used to work for Midland Life, so I have a Midland Life van. All the companies I've worked for, I get a van especially commissioned with my name on. So it's a one-off. Costs me anything from £50 to £350. So the question is, Port Sunlight is a village in Merseyside built by the Lever brothers in the 1890s to house their workforce, which made which product? So 10-second countdown coming up. And I've got a big cabinet full of vans, and I'm pretty certain I do have a Port Sunlight van.
All right, pay attention, little Les. Come on, stop playing with your toys.
Yeah, right, here we go. Question 6. Name the capital city of Trinidad and Tobago. Name the capital city of Trinidad and Tobago.
And yes, Little Les jumpers will be available online soon. I believe, didn't your mummy make that for you?
No, this is the one I bought when I was in New York.
Oh, it is? Oh,
With-
I
with
thought
you.
It was? Oh, I thought your mummy knitted that for you.
No, this is the one I bought with you when we went out to was it a Brazilian restaurant or Argentinian restaurant for a steak or something like that?
Oh,
And we went out and the wind chill factor was like minus 20 or something. So we went across
we went
to New York.
Yes. Didn't you get
And
that from
I bought
Century
this
21, I think?
Yeah, and I bought this jumper, a hat, and gloves, and it was like, I don't know, $5 or something ridiculous. Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. Name the capital city of Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, there is always in the question or answer the word port, P-O-R-T. So, question 7, Absolute Radio. Name the female co-presenter with Jeff Lloyd, 2008 to 2017. So, obviously, the word port is not in the question, so it must be in the answer somewhere. Absolute Radio, name the female co-presenter with Jeff Lloyd, 2008 and 2017.
Yeah, the sad thing is, Chris, he probably would have paid 3 times that for that jumper.
One of my favourite jumpers is what Julia from the Five Alls and the late Paula, who was the landlady, he sadly passed away. And she was only age 50 as well. But her and the customers clubbed together on my 60th birthday 4 years ago and bought me this cracking jumper, which I shall wear, obviously, towards Christmas. Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. But as you know, Mark, I have at least 30 or so Christmas jumpers. So come the 1st December, I'll be wearing a Christmas jumper every day. Question 8. Port-au-Prince is the capital city of which country? Port-au-Prince. Go there for your holidays. Where would you be flying to? Would you need a passport? Port-au-Prince is the capital city of which country? Port-au-Prince is the capital city of which country? 30 seconds gone. Has it been in the news? Yes, it has. For what reason?
Not recently. It's kind of died
Not
down
recent.
a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Still ongoing problems, etc.
Uh-huh.
Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. Get your answers in. Port-au-Prince is capital city of which country? So let's get your answers in.
Oh God, Cosmic Cabbage. That's a really bad joke. That is. I'm not even going to read that one out loud.
Now, who's it from though, Yvonne?
That's a groaner. That is.
Right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Moving on. Question 9. The PORT score is a clinical prediction rule that medical practitioners can use to calculate the probability of death from which illness. We have some perhaps medical, social, clinical people in the teams this evening. So, if you use the PORT score, it's a clinical prediction rule that medical practitioners can use to calculate the probability of death from which illness. I must admit, I didn't know this one. I had to look this one up.
Yeah, this was a new one for me.
The PORT score is a clinical prediction rule that medical practitioners can use to calculate the probability of death from which illness. Right, so 10-second countdown coming up now.
Yep, get your answers in.
Get your answers in. Countdown coming up. Mark's just about to press the button, and it's countdown coming on now. The PORT score is a clinical prediction rule that medical practitioners can use to calculate the probability of death from which illness. Moving on. Question 10. Port Elizabeth sits on the southern coast of South Africa, east of a 200-mile stretch of coast popular for its wildlife and diverse vegetation. By what name is this region known as? So your time starts now. Port Elizabeth sits on the southern coast of South Africa, east of a 200-mile stretch of coast, popular for its wildlife and diverse vegetation. By what name is this region better known as? Scream, that makes no difference. As long as people can hear us, that's the main thing.
Yeah, hang on. I think they may have lost us. Give me a second. Let me just see what's going on.
Yeah, because it says offline.
Yeah, let me try refreshing everything. Bear with me a second.
So I'm the only one that can hear you then, Mark, yeah?
At the moment. Well, we're still online, we're still broadcasting.
So can the teams hear us or not?
It's a spinny circle. Hang on a minute.
So teams, apologies if you can't see us. So can you just type in 1 in the chat so at least we know you're still there and you can hear us okay.
Yeah, let me try and refresh.
Right, I can see myself back online.
You can? Are you back?
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
I'm
see
back.
It. Yep.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. Well, we'll have to change our piece of string for a rubber band. That might work a little bit better.
Yep. Yep. All right. Everybody can see us again. I don't know what happened there.
Good. Yeah. Right, so let's go back to the answers for round 3. Let's go back to the answers for round 3, yeah.
Yep, you can't miss that jumper. All right. So, here we go.
Right, number 1. Port Merion is a village in North Wales. It was used as a location film which 1960s TV show. The Prisoner. Patrick McGowan starred as number 6, The Prisoner. Always used to drive around in a mini moke. Where did I remember that from? The Prisoner.
Yeah, I'm just checking everything's working. Yeah, I think so. All right.
Okay, moving on. Port Moresby is the capital city of which country? Papua New Guinea. Still finding World War II relics in that. But what colour is the light on the port wing tip of an aircraft? The answer is red. What is the name that's named line about 100 miles away? Is Mauritius. Mauritius is the next closest neighbouring island to Reunion Island. Mauritius. Port Sunlight Village in Merseyside, built by what product? Soap or cleansing products. Sunlight was the biggest selling household soap at the time. Soap.
Yeah, I think there is. I think little Les's piece of string is a little bit wobbly this evening. So yeah, he keeps cutting out a little bit, but bear with us. All right.
Yep.
There we go.
So question 6. Name the capital of Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain.
Port of Spain, Port of Spain, yep.
I had no idea on this one. Absolute Radio. Name of the female presenter with Jeff Lloyd was Annabelle Port.
I've never even heard of Absolute Radio, so...
It's like Capital Gold, London Radio. It's now becoming quite well known throughout the UK. Yeah. Question 8. Port-au-Prince is the capital of Haiti. Number 9. Port, P-O-R-T, is pneumonia. And question 10. Port Elizabeth, stretch of coast popular to wildlife. By what name is this region known? It's known as the Garden Route. Or as the Americans would say, the Garden Route.
Alright, I think I got everybody there. So, let's see what the leaderboard looks like. Oh, this is shaking things up a little bit. Alright, so your leaderboard going into round 4 looks like this.
Right, so Pink Frapple Lobsters equal 25 with the 5 alls. Cosmic Cabbage second or third place on 20. Team Momo 17. Jonah's Giants 16. Interstellar Sea Slugs 13. The Fam 10. So again, everything and anything can change on this round because this round is the music round. I will pass you over to Mark. So these are all films, very famous films, and I do stress very famous films, irrespective of your age and whether you like this type of films, but they are all World War II themed films. You have to provide the name of the film from the introductory piece of music that's going to be played. Over to you, Mark.
Right, now bear with me a second because I just had to reboot everything. So this might take me a second. Just amuse yourselves for a little bit.
Shall I tell the food jokes?
Oh, God, no. Hang on. Let me move swiftly on then. Okay, so hopefully everybody can hear this. So you're going to get 10 seconds from this piece of music. Let me get back and reset everything. I suppose we could stick the dancing monkey on.
Let me turn my thingy up.
Alright, so hopefully everybody can hear these. These are all very, very famous films. Don't worry. Doesn't mean you're going to know the answer, but they are all well-known films. So you're going to get 10 seconds from the music. Alright, so hopefully you could all hear that. Let me shuffle some things around now, because I lost all my screens. Bear with me a second. Alright, so I'm going to play that again. Here's your 10 seconds from this well-known, very well-known piece of music from a very well-known movie. Alright, now I can see answers coming in, so I assume that means everybody can hear it. Give me a shout if there's any lag or if you can't hear it properly, and I'll play it for you. Let's play it one more time. Why not? It's a great piece of music. Okay, so we'll give you a few more seconds to get your answers in. Played it 3 times, so you should have heard it. Get your answers in, otherwise we will move on to the next question, question 2. So, moving on. That was a classic. This is a slightly newer movie. Again, we're looking for the name of the movie. You get 20 seconds from this one. And again, bear with me 2 seconds while I fire this up. So you got 20 seconds from that piece of music. Slightly newer movie. Looking for the name of this Second World War film. Here comes your second play of 20 seconds. Slightly tougher one, this. Do you like this movie, little Les?
I do, but I must admit the music sound a bit draggy. I don't know if it's the lag, but it didn't sound quite right.
Oh, that's the piece of music that you gave me, and it's from that movie.
Right, okay.
So, honest, Governor.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
Yeah, it could also be the connections and everything. Alright, we getting you? Yes, we are. Okay, so get your answers in. We'll be moving on to question 3. Hang on. So I've done that. Here we go. Let's try again, shall we? Hey.
Yep.
All right. I think we're back. Give us a wave, everybody. Tell us if you can see us. I don't know what's happening today. Yay. I don't know. Technology. I don't know what's going on. It's gone crazy. Okay, so I don't think anybody could hear question 3. I think we got kicked off at question 3.
Yep.
So hopefully everybody can see everybody. Yep, hello. We got as far as question 2. Yeah, I think I had just moved on to question 3 when everything balked again. So, let me just check. There is an echo.
Even with the echo, something's better than nothing, Mark.
Yeah, I think the echo might be your end, guys. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, everything looks good this end now. So if it's really bad, then give us a shout. And stop trying to guess the songs that are coming up. Concentrate on the questions being asked. Although I am impressed. Okay, alright, let's try this again. So, you're going to get 10 seconds from this World War II movie, as long as it doesn't crash again. Here we go. Okay. Hey. It didn't completely die that time. Okay. Yeah, we're back to some of the classics now. There's a bit of a mixture in here. Old and new movies. So, yeah, I'll give you another playthrough, but... Here we go. Alright, the good news is that these aren't really tunes that little Les can dance to, so at least we don't have a psychedelic jumper bouncing around on the screen. Okay, so we'll give you a few more seconds just to get your answers in while I pull up the rest of the stuff, because everything shut down again. Okay, so get your answers in. We're moving on to question 4. Another classic. This is like a who's who of Sunday afternoons for little Les. This is what he does. Okay, so you're going to get 20 seconds on this piece of World War II music, or from a movie about World War II. What is the name of the movie? So that was your first 20 seconds. Again, another classic. Seen this many, many times. And yes, there's still no frazzled dancing lobsters. Sorry, it's been an interesting month in and out hospitals and all that sort of fun stuff. So yeah, I've got a long backlog of cosmic cabbages and frazzled lobsters to finish drawing, but it's on the list. Don't worry. All right, so you're gonna get 20 seconds again. Here we go. Alright, so that was your second playthrough. And yeah, thanks guys, I'm sort of on the mend. Kind of getting there. Slowly but surely. I now take more pills than my 90-year-old grandmother, but yeah, I'm getting there. Alright, so we'll give you a few more seconds just to get your answers in while I pull up the next one. And yes, don't worry Julia, I'll have a dancing parrot. We'll make sure we put that in for the finals. That's not a problem. Okay, so a few more seconds, get your answers in, otherwise we're moving on to question 5. Okay, you're going to get 25 seconds on this one. Again, a slightly newer movie. I think I went to the cinema with little Les to watch this. I believe. Here we go. 25 seconds. Okay, so that was your first 25-second playthrough. Great movie, great piece of music. And yes, very sad movie.
Won an Oscar.
It won multiple Oscars, I believe. Actually, I think the soundtrack, well, the person who wrote this piece of music has more Oscars than you can throw a stick at. Alright, so we'll play that again. Here's your next 25 seconds. And yes, there was if you were listening very, very carefully, there was a clue in that. You are correct. Yeah, if you were paying attention. Okay, so get your answers in, otherwise we'll move on to question 6. So get your answers in, and question 6 is probably my favourite war movie. I've seen this many, many, many times. You're going to get 20 seconds from this. Bear with me a second while it loads. Okay, I love this movie and this music so much. I have this on vinyl. And Little Les has picked the version without words, but this song does have words. But here you go. Here is 20 seconds. Alright, I give you 24 seconds because you can't hear that without hearing the foot. Wow, I want to sing the words. I know all the words to this. It's great. I do play this very loud as well. You got to listen to it loud. Okay, here's that 20 seconds again. answers in yet. We're getting answers in. Have you ever seen a film called Hannibal Brooks? Fat bloke. Question.
I have indeed.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah. I think if I remember rightly, it's about 80s, I think.
Yeah, I'm not too sure I know that one. Okay, so yeah, we'll give you a few more seconds to get your answers in. Otherwise, we'll move on to question 7. And I think question 7 is one of little Les's favourites, actually. So, question 7, you're going to get 25 seconds. I've actually not seen this. This is, I think, the only one on the list that I've not seen. So, you're going to get 25 seconds. Name the movie. Ooh, tougher one. Tougher. I think this is. I think. Didn't you tell me this was your favourite?
I was so convinced that this film was going to get an Oscar that I bet £1,000 on it.
And it did not win the Oscar.
And it did not win the Oscar.
Alright, gonna play that one again. Slightly tougher on this. You're gonna get 25 seconds. I'll be generous, maybe give you a bit more. So you got a little bit more of a playthrough there. A lot of these newer films, yeah, they do kind of sound similar. And in fact, a lot of it's the same composer who composes a lot of these as well. So get your answers in, have a guess if you don't know. Otherwise, we'll move on to question 8. And lots of good guesses. And they're all good movies. So, question 8 coming up. You're going to get 10 seconds from this one. Okay, you're going to get 10 seconds from this one. And hopefully this one is a bit more recognisable. Here we go. Okay, so that was, yeah, it's a bit more recognisable. Even though you only got the first instrumental 10 or 12 seconds. I'll play that again. Here we go, your second playthrough, looking for the name of this well-known World War II movie. Alright, we're getting answers in, so that means everybody can hear it. Great, we'll give you a few more seconds. Otherwise, we will move on to... I love how everybody's still talking about Hannibal Brooks. Otherwise, we'll move on to number 9. Number 9 is a... Yeah, we'll give you that one, White Knight. Could be. Okay, so moving on to number 9. Bear with me a second while I load everything up again. Okay, here we go. I thought this was a very underrated movie. I love this movie. I'll give you 30 seconds there. And again, I'll wait for your answers in. Make sure you could hear it. These newer ones are slightly tougher. Here we go. So that was your second 30-second playthrough. Yeah, I really like this movie. This is a good one. Don't think it got the praise that it deserved, to be honest. So we'll give you a few more seconds to get your answers in. Some really good guesses. Yeah. Okay, got all your answers in. So we will move on to the final question. Yay, we made it to the end. Got there in the end. The piece of string held out. Although, to be fair to Gosport String, I think it was the American piece of string that was having a wobbly there for a minute. So, you're going to get 10 seconds from this. When it loads. Alright, 10 seconds. Here we go. Alright, 10 seconds. Short and sweet. Last time I checked, White Knight, Star Wars was not a World War II movie, but good guess. It could be Star Wars, who knows? Alright, playing it again, here you go. I think technically I gave you 11 or 12 seconds there, but we'll let you off. Yeah, no, White Knight is trying to argue that Star Wars is a World War II movie. And yes, a lot of these modern movies are Hans Zimmerman versus John Williams, pretty much. I'm more of a Zimmerman fan than a Williams fan. There was an episode of Star Trek set in World War II, yes. Technically I wouldn't call Star Trek a World War II, though. Well, actually there was lots. There was lots of holodeck episodes. I skipped the holodeck episodes. Okay. So, we have everybody's answers in. So, after a slightly painful technically painful audio round, let's go through the answers. Hans Zimmer. Yeah, Hans Zimmer. Yeah, I was reading White Knight. Get it right. Okay, so let's go through your answers. And am I gonna play these? Possibly. Maybe I won't. It seems to be the first one that's causing me trouble. Alright, so... Yeah, no, it is Hans Zimmer, right? Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah. So, the first one, which I can't play, and I think this is the one that killed my system, is 633 Squadron. So, a classic, but I can't play it. Number 2 was Pearl Harbor. And yes, that could have been one of many, many different movies, so good guesses on some of those other movies, but that was Pearl Harbor. Question 3 was The Dam Busters. I knew you were going to do that. Could also be Little Britain. Yes, but Little Britain is not a World War II movie. But yes, it could be. Alright, I think I got all your different spellings there. Give me a shout. Number 4, Guns of Navarone. Brilliant movie. Okay, I think I marked everybody there. Yep. Question 5 was Schindler's List. Again, let me just check spellings. I think I got everybody. And yes, if you were paying attention, there was a train whistle in the background. I may have given you a hint. Question 6, my favourite World War II movie of all time is The Longest Day. I think I got everybody again. Okay, so moving on. Question 7 was, this one caught everybody out, I think, was Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah, another tough instrumental one. I've still not seen this. Some good guesses. Here we go.
My all-time favourite war movie.
Yeah, good guess with Das Boot. I think Das Boot is my favourite modern war movie. Okay. So, moving on to question 8. I think most people got this one. This was The Great Escape. I think everybody knows the main tune to that one. I think I got everybody. Number 9 was Wind Talkers. Elemental one. If nobody's seen this movie, by the way, it's a really good movie. It's all about Navajo Indians serving in the Pacific. They used Navajo. Yep, it's a great movie. They used Navajo language instead of English during World War II because the Japanese did not know how to speak or translate Navajo. So it's kind of interesting. Just check your answers. Yep. And last but not least, then we'll get through the pain, was Battle of Britain. Okay, we got there. We got there in the end. It was a little bit painful tonight, so thanks for bearing with us, guys. Okay, so let's see what that did to the leaderboard, and then it's over to you, little Les.
Right, so here we go. Thanks for that, Mark. The Pink Frazzled Lobsters, Thanksgiving, 33. 1 point in the lead over Five Alls, 32. Cosmic Cabbage, 26. Team Momo, 21. Sharing the fourth place with the Interstellar Sea Slugs. And Jonas Giant, 16. And the Fam, 13. So all to play for last round. Last round, there is a theme, and there'll be general knowledge questions with a TV or movie theme. But there is a bonus round. There is a bonus question for 3 points. What is the connection on all the answers? So even if you don't know all the answers, you can still get 3 points if you know the connection. So here we go. Let's move on to round 5. Right, here we go. Question 1. So I'm looking for actors or actresses in all these questions. Name the last of the original The Magnificent Seven actors who died on November the 11th, 2016. Who was the last of the original The Magnificent actors who died on November the 11th, 2016? Store your answers or write your answers down, because question 10, we will ask for a connection for all your answers. And it's a TV connection. So name the last of the original The Magnificent Seven actors who died on November the 11th, 2016. So what is your answer? And I've just had some, for those of you that are football lovers, I've just had some breaking news that Maradona, age 60, the Argentina hand of God person, has passed away, age 60.
That just popped up as breaking news. That was a few hours ago.
Well, that was popped up on my system. Name the last original The Magnificent Seven actors who died on November the 11th, 2016. A well-known actor, made famous before The Magnificent Seven and starred in lots of TV series and movies. One specific TV series he was well known for.
Yeah, that is true. Gosport is a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Well, they have
that bit of string, remember?
Well, Gosport gets their news by the Pony Express, so the guy had to ride in on the mail coach.
Don't forget, we are God's port, so we get it via sail ship. Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. Name the last of the original The Magnificent Seven actors who died on November the 11th, 2016. We need a first name and a surname in all cases, and we need a first name and a surname. It doesn't have to be phonetically, spelling doesn't have to be correct, but as long as it looks phonetically correct. So question 2, which actor played the characters Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Which actor played the characters Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? First name and surname required. Both have to be correct to score. We won't worry so much about the spelling as long as the looks phonetically correct. Which actor played the character, I can't say it. You know her, I mean, you can read it. Mr. Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Right, so 40 seconds gone, 20 seconds left. We will then have the countdown. I don't think we got past the lag now, Mark. Right, so.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, so 10-second countdown coming up.
Yeah, don't forget this is a connections round. So what is the connection?
Yeah, keep your answers, write them down. What is the connection? We'll give you more than 60 seconds at the end. Question 3. In a Christmas edition of The Big Bang Theory, Penny gives Sheldon a napkin containing the DNA of which actor? In a Christmas edition of The Big Bang Theory, Penny gives Sheldon a napkin containing the DNA of which actor? So in a Christmas edition of The Big Bang Theory, Penny gives Sheldon a napkin containing the DNA of which actor? If you have no idea, have a wild guess. If you know the program, who does Sheldon like or admire his favorite TV program? Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. In a Christmas edition of The Big Bang Theory, Penny gives Sheldon a napkin containing the DNA of which actor? What is Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory's favorite program? TV program? Right, 10-second coming up.
Although technically that's not from Sheldon's favourite TV show.
Well, it was at the time. So, question 4. Which actress played Mrs. Colbert in the 1967 film In the Heat of the Night? Which actress played Mrs. Colbert in the 1967 film In the Heat of the Night? Very famous film of the 60s. In the Heat of the Night, I do believe it won an Oscar. I'm just trying to remember if it won an Oscar for the first black-coloured actor, I think. Might be wrong. Which actress played Mrs. Colbert in the 1967 film In the Heat of the Night? So, get your thinking caps on. 10-second countdown coming up.
Yeah, I was going to say,
we go.
Some of these are. I found these hard, and the connection was even harder.
Yeah, well, this is why it's round 5. Which actress played Mrs. Colbert in the 1967 film The Heat of the Night? 10-second countdown coming up. This will be the round that will make or break.
Yeah, that connection question could be all the difference.
So, question 5. Who played Pussy Galore in Goldfinger? This is my favourite down-to-earth James Bond film of all time. Who played Pussy Galore in Goldfinger?
All right, come on, lobsters. It's question 5. You've normally put in at least 20 guesses on what the connection is by now.
Who played Pussy Galore in Goldfinger? And I'm just trying to think of the guy's name who had the bowler hat. I met him many years ago. Who played Pussy Galore in Goldfinger? 10-second countdown coming up. And how did I meet him, Mark? Because he was visiting Roger Moore, and Roger Moore used to live in Scarning.
I did not know that.
There you go. Question 6. Which Canadian actor played Denny Crane in Boston Legal? Which Canadian actor played Denny Crane in Boston Legal? Easy if you know them, difficult if you don't. If you don't have a wild guess at a Canadian actor, it might score you a point, might help you get the clue or connection. Remember, question 10, I will give you 90 seconds for question 10, not a second longer or shorter. Which Canadian actor played Denny Crane in Boston Legal? So make certain you've written down your answers so far. So 50-second countdown. Sorry, 10-second countdown coming up. 50 seconds gone. Which Canadian actor played Denny Crane in Boston Legal? So countdown's on. Apologies for the lateness this evening, technical hitches and all that, but glad you still stayed with us. So here we go. Question 7. Janet Leigh played Marion Crane in Psycho. What was the name of the actress who played Leela Crane, Marion's sister in Psycho and Psycho 2? Most people know the answer, Marion Crane in Psycho, Janet Leigh, but the question is, what was the name of the actress who played Leela Crane, Marion's sister in Psycho and also in Psycho 2? Pretty tough question, that one. You either know it or you don't. Be difficult to guess. Janet Leigh played Marion Crane in Psycho. What was the name of the actress who played Leela Crane, Marion's sister in Psycho and Psycho 2? Even though I wrote the question, I wouldn't have been able to give you the answer. I did not know this one. So, 10 seconds just coming up now. 50 seconds gone. 10-second countdown coming up. Janet Leigh played Marion Crane in Psycho. What was the name of the actress who played Leela Crane, Marion's sister in Psycho and Psycho 2?
Do we have a tiebreaker question this evening? Because it could be all down to a tiebreaker.
Well, we will have the number. Yeah. Question 8. Who played Steve Myers, a disillusioned lawyer who sues God after his yacht was struck by lightning, and the man who sued God? Very famous person. He played Steve Myers, a disillusioned lawyer who sues God after his yacht was struck by lightning, and the man who sued God.
Yeah,
and to save time,
it's getting close. It's very, very close.
So, 40 seconds coming up. Who played Steve Myers, a disillusioned lawyer who sues God after his yacht was struck by lightning, the man who sued God? Right, so 10-second countdown coming up. So question 9. Who played Philo Beddoes' Ma in Every Which Way But Loose and Minnie Castevet in Rosemary's Baby? Who was the actress who played Philo Beddoes' Ma in Every Which Way But Loose and Minnie Castevet in Rosemary's Baby? As I say, I think these are tough questions, 1 to 9. Very difficult to guess. You either know them or you don't. You can have a wild guess. Good luck on that one. But bearing in mind, even if you've missed answers out or not certain of some answers, the ones that you do know, make certain that you've written them down. And the question number 10 will be, what is the connection between all those actors and actresses? And I'm looking for a TV show.
No pressure, but I think it's going to come down to the last question.
Here we go. So that's it. 10-second countdown. So I'm going to give you 90 seconds for this. 90 seconds, not a second further. So here we go. Right, question 10. What connects the previous answers? And the clue is a TV program. What connects the previous answers? And the clue is a TV program. And as I say, I'm going to give you 90 seconds, not a second longer. I'm going to give you 4 warning. What connects the previous answers? Clue, a TV program.
Yeah, you're being generous by giving them a clue there, I think. It's still tough. It's still tough.
Well, there's thousands of TV programs, so
there's a few.
Yeah, so 45 seconds has gone. You're halfway through. I'm not going to give you a second longer than 90 seconds. You've either got your answers in or not. Make certain you have a guess. Don't leave it blank. So a minute has gone. Thank you very much, guys and girls, for putting up with us this evening. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Glad you stayed with us. Spread the word. Hope to see you next Wednesday. Take care, irrespective of who wins or loses. Say thanks for taking part. Very much appreciated. So you got 15 seconds left, and then we will go through the answers. So we've got a 10-second countdown. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Time's up. Through the answers. Here we go. The actor who died November 11th, 2016, the last Magnificent Seven, was Robert Vaughn, better known as the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Let me just check spellings. 2 seconds. Yep. Okay. There we go.
Number 2, Cheat Sheet Bang Bang. It was Dick Van Dyke.
And yes, I will have a slightly better Thanksgiving knowing that Trump is on his way out. Thanks, guys.
Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Napkin, Leonard Nimoy.
Now, you said his favourite show was Star Trek. I think his favourite show was Professor Proton, but...
It was, but then, of course, he died, didn't he?
Well, he did, but it was still his favourite show growing up.
Growing up, but
Yeah,
not as an adult.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him that one.
In the Heat of the Night, Mrs. Colbert, the answer is Lee Grant.
Yeah, Lee Grant. Yep. Okay, got everybody.
Pussy Galore is Honor Blackman.
Honor Blackman. Yep. Okie dokie.
Denny Crane in Boston Legal was William Shatner, better known for Captain Kirk. The answer is Vera Miles. Lily Crane, Marion Sister in Psycho and Psycho 2 was Vera Miles. Steve Myers, the man who sued God, is Billy Connolly. Number 9, Ma was Ruth Gordon.
Okay, so question is, it was very, very close going into those last few questions. So the question is, who got the connection right?
The answer is all those actors and actresses have starred in Columbo. They've all played murderers on the detective show Columbo. So the answer is Columbo.
And yeah, I was very impressed people were getting those. The question is,
Has it made a difference?
has it made a difference? Hang on, let me just double check. it didn't make a difference. It was some of the other questions that tripped people up. So, drum roll. Yes, thanks everybody. Yeah, actually, yeah, before I show the final leaderboard, yep, thanks everybody for joining. Apologies again for some of the technical hitches, but I'll get my piece of string sorted for next time. So, drum roll please. The final leaderboard for this evening. There was 1 point in it. We don't need the tiebreaker question because we do have an outright winner. The winner for this evening is...
5 alls. Well done, Julia. 43 points. 5 alls on 43. Thanksgiving Pink Frazzles 42. Team Momo 31. Joint with Cosmic Cabbage 31. So first, second, and third. Interstellar Sea Slugs. Well done. 24. Jonas Giants 18 and the Fam 14. Again, irrespective of what position you come, congratulations to 5 alls, Julia and team. And for once, the silver place for the Pink Frazzles and bronze for Team Momo. Again, sharing that with Cosmic Cabbage. So on the podium, guys and girls. As I say, thanks for joining. Very much appreciate it. And again, it passes a Wednesday evening away. What else is there to do? Nothing on TV. Or if there is, what better value can you get than watching us and taking part? So
yeah,
thanks again.
And the 5 alls win, which means another round of beers on Julia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well
free
done.
beers for everybody down at the 5 alls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then. Can't say enough. A thank you for joining. Very much appreciated.
Yep. Thanks very much, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
See you next Wednesday. Different rounds, different themes, different music.
Thanks very much, guys. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.